When you go visit that vision, you embody that.
But let's talk about the faith. Do you believe you are equipped for your assignment?
We as Black women tend to be extra superwoman.
She did that.
Okay, elevators, this is for you. If we're not practicing what we preach, listen.
After you pray, after you meditate,
take a step.
look at the source.
Yes.
Look at the source of your strength.
Thank you.
I believe every day is a great day because this is the day the Lord has made.
Why are we so afraid to use what God has given us? Wow.
It all starts in the mind.
Yes.
That was just a little weird. But don't be tardy for the party. Come on, Nike, just do it.
That's a whole word, Tammy. That's
the whole episode.
That just gets me every time.
That will never get old. Never get old. It's like I'm trying to remember it, right? Like it's not us.
Like, that's the funny thing. I'm like, wow, they're pretty good.
Like, oh, I like how they sound.
Y'all know what we didn't do with the mic check. So hopefully the mics are okay.
Check one, check one.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Everybody's good to go.
Oh,
Thank you, Antoinette.
Antoinette's on camera.
She baited you in. She fell for it, y'all. Happy Wednesday, elevators, and welcome to season 2, episode 4 of the She Elevates podcast. I'm Gail, the personal development coach.
I'm Jessica, your financial strategist.
And I'm Tammy, your spiritual motivator.
Antoinette, you might as well, you're on a roll.
I mean, with camera.
Come on, talk to us, Antoinette.
I'm Antoinette. I am the IT specialist.
Yes. She is so much more than that, but okay.
Oh my God, she's smartest. She's our everything.
She is our everything. I like that. Okay. So I am just back from Alabama from an amazing I Am Purpose brunch that Miss Jessica facilitated, hosted, executed. Jessica, talk about that brunch, girl, and did it meet your expectations?
Oh, she's glowing. She's glowing.
Mine. I'll just say that.
Thank you. Oh my God, it was everything. It was more than what I actually expected. Like the takeaways and just going through, watching like all the posts afterwards. Like I walked away with this, that, like somebody actually took notes and it was detailed. And I was like, oh my God, that just, it gave me so much of joy to be able to just inspire another woman to just keep going. And Gail and Josette actually flew out to be a part of it. It was just absolutely amazing. And I'm just looking forward to seeing how far this thing is going to grow. So, yeah.
It was outstanding. Jessica's so humble. She, it was like a spread. It was almost like a conference. When we went to the 120 conference, it was right up there in comparison. The decor, and it was a brunch, and Jessica cooked everything. Jessica was up. Let me just say this, because I stayed with Jessica, so I can tell all her business. She was up 3 a.m. and left to go start that event. And the event was outstanding. She had a doctor there who is so good in her own right. She's such a people person and an empowerer that she now has opened up her own practice. And that was the guest speaker. And then Jessica gave a keynote, which was amazing. And there were just like gifts and trinkets, conversations. People were like very transparent and opening up and sharing, you know, their strengths, their weaknesses. It was very motivating and inspiring. So congratulations, Jessica.
Thank you.
I enjoyed some of the pictures I saw that was posted. I'm like, oh my God.
It was absolutely amazing. So, Tim, you got to come to the next.
You got to tell us when the next one is. It's April, right?
There you go. I just need a little notice.
we have something going on in April, but
Okay.
I'm thinking about pushing it to September because we're getting a lot of different collaboration where people are reaching out for us to assist them with certain things. So I think it would be more beneficial if I push it out to September and then just build the community and help out with the other ladies within the network. So
Oh, you're so
Yes,
selfless.
please. As soon as you get that date, let me know. Let me
I
know.
sure
I'll be
will.
flying in with Gail. Absolutely. You know, she
Yes.
elevates have to be there.
So we
Don't
can have
be
another
tardy for the
sleepover.
party.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Awesome. Beautiful. I
Okay.
love that camera. What is that? 360 camera?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Oh, that
It's so
looks
much
like so much
fun.
fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So
Beautiful.
Tammy, how
Hey.
you feeling? What's been going on?
Oh, let me say. Oh my God.
I
You
know
know
you've
what?
been
I've been
super busy.
been busy, but I've been laying low. I guess since Christmas, I've been kind of slowing down, but it's always something to do here. And
Always.
just with the ministry and all. So, but I've been really calm. I think haven't been ripping and running. Went down to see my sister last week. I'll be going there in the morning as well. So, just taking it easy, but like you said, doing things here, just kind of staying engaged in ministry stuff and family stuff.
And
But
I was
it's all
going to
good.
say, slowing down is relative. So relative to what? Because she's usually
In the
at
streets.
breakneck speed,
No.
and because I've seen you doing a lot. And you talk about since Christmas. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't be able to keep up with what you do. So I don't know what not slowing down is, but I'm sure I wouldn't be able to keep up because
You
Tammy
know
is
what?
like, if she not like she said ministry stuff. So if she's not holding prayers, then she's participating in somebody else's prayers. She's speaking here, speaking
She
there. We
doing
got
something.
class. Oh my
It's just, you
God.
know what? And it's been funny because it really has just been about staying in the house. I had my little, let me just quarantine myself. Y'all know what I'm saying. So, I did that. Well, let's not talk about it because I couldn't even find a test, right? So I'm thinking this is hilarious, right? So I'm not going to chase this thing down. I'm just going to use my own common sense and just be safe. And that's what I did. And then I take it overboard, right? I was like, 5 days. No, I need another 5 days. And then, my throat's scratching. Let me take another day.
But Tammy, you made a good point because I ordered a test from Kaiser, my medical facility, and haven't seen it yet. Called to check on it, and it's like, oh, it's backlogged, but it's coming. Don't worry. When?
You
took
get
mine,
somebody
almost-
that had COVID and gone.
Let me just
Wait a
say,
minute.
whatever I had is gone, and then the test showed up. I was like, okay, sure, I'll take this test. That came back negative. Okay, nothing detected. Of course not. So
And that's the thing. Even if it's positive, the results are you doing exactly what you did, quarantining.
I'm just saying.
Why are we
I'm
taking
just.
this test? That's so we can tick. Oh, another person got COVID.
It's like, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. So, and that really slowed. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jessica.
I was saying, I think that's why they started like giving the free test because everybody going to the doctor, although the insurance supposed to cover it, a lot of doctor offices was sending it to the insurance company, and then the insurance company try to turn around and bill the patient. But you're going to the doctor to see if you're negative or positive, and if you're positive, you gotta
go home.
I mean, they can't give you no medicine, no nothing.
Exactly. So use your common sense and stay home, right? Hey, but
when you're sick.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And then with that, though, we started it's over now, but we were we did a 21-day consecration. So that's where we, just fast and, kind of turn up your spiritual, be intentional about your spirituality. So I was on that hard for 21 days. Maybe that's why I feel like I've been kind of secluded, so I really, bread is a thing for me. So, I give up bread every year. And it's like, today was yesterday I was off and I did not eat bread yesterday. I still haven't eaten it today. It's almost like I already want to open that door because, it's kind of like, When I go there, right? So, but it's so
Well,
good.
I'm gonna let you know that I had some cake in the freezer because we were fasting, and I said I wasn't eating any junk food during the fast. I promise you, I took that
Yesterday,
cake out the freezer
yeah,
and I
I
thawed
had
it
ate.
out, and it was so good.
Oh my God, thank you. I have a sweet potato pie that I've frozen for the first time. It's because I told you I got pies during the consecration, or I was telling somebody, like, how do we get two pies? So I'm going to take that sweet potato pie
Take
off.
that
Thank
pie
you.
out the freezer. Yes.
Okay. Come on, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving.
Okay. So let's do a podcast.
All right, all right.
So last week, we talked about making sure you're an asset. That's what we were like so in sync about assets and liabilities. And that's an inside joke. You have to look at the last week's episode to see what I'm talking about. But yeah, we were saying to make sure you're an asset in a relationship instead of somebody who's like stunting the growth of the relationship. So go back and watch that. And today we are talking about how comparing yourself to other people can be bad because it can cause insecurity or negative thoughts or even negative behaviors. And one of the reasons we compare ourselves to other people, and this is like a psychology thing, it's because that's a common tool that we use to evaluate ourselves and to form an opinion about ourselves. And, because we want to know where we are, how we look, what we've accomplished, what we're doing. And it's really not a lot to use as a measuring tool to do that. So we kind of compare ourselves to other people. But what happens is if that continues, and depending on where our minds are, it can lead to stress, it can lead to anxiety, even worse, depression, and a lot of other negative things. So, if y'all remember, just a couple of weeks ago, we talked about knowing your self worth. And one sure way to devalue your worth is by comparing yourself to somebody else who you believe is better than you or has more than you do. And I say believe because we're looking from the outside and we're seeing an edited version of who that person really is because we don't really have all the we don't have a complete picture. We don't have all the information to make an informed decision to compare ourselves with somebody else. We're just seeing that stage version. And on the flip side of that, though, comparison can be used as a source of motivation and a source of growth. And so it can be a good thing depending on how you use it, but you just have to be really careful not to let it like subtly turn into self-doubt, which can then attack your self-worth. So I'll pass it over to you ladies and end with like instead of measuring ourselves against other people, use the benchmark of comparing ourselves to who we were yesterday or who we were last year in comparison to who we are today, and let that be the comparison that we do. So what say you girls, ladies?
I love it. And when you were starting to wrap your part up, you said something then, because I'm always like, I'm only going to compare myself to the person I was on yesterday to make sure that I'm doing better than I was on yesterday, because I'm my only competition. I don't look to compete with nobody else, but excuse me, it takes you going through life again in order to get to that. So you guys heard us say that on previous podcasts. It's levels to it. It takes you experiencing life to find out. You don't have to compare yourself to no one. Your true authentic self is all that's required, right? So a lot of different women compare themselves to a lot of different women on social media, and it's absolutely absurd. But it comes that line of insecurity can come from several different places. It can come from how you view yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror. And real quickly, I want to say shout out to Mary J. Blige for that song. Excuse me. Good Morning, Gorgeous. So
Oh, yeah, I heard that
yes,
the other
Good
day for the
Morning,
first
Gorgeous.
time.
Like, I love that because that gives women so much of inspiration. It doesn't matter what color you are, what size you are. none of that. You are beautiful regardless. And I think a lot of times, I know even with myself, I'd be like, girl, I need to lose some weight. And I'm like, okay, I still look good, I still get full of it.
And you still can do your job, and you still can, you know what I mean, be a mom and all those things. But you're right, that's self-defeating.
Yes, but I think about it, I'm healthy, I'm in my right mind. And so, I mean, that's all you should always be thankful and grateful for, right? But I know sometimes women who suffered from infidelity and, they may compare themselves to the next woman that whoever was cheating with or whatever the case may be, they compare themselves to that. Or sometimes they simply just strolling on social media and see like the big boobs and the butts and all of that. They see all the curves and stuff and they want all of that stuff. But what I've learned just being an adult, a man don't want something plastic. He wants something real. He might play with something that's plastic, but he wants something that's real. So all of my women that's out there comparing themselves to these social media influencers or vixens, listen, girl, you got the full package. They want you.
Yeah,
I love it.
Stop looking at big booty Judy.
Yes. Oh, I like her. Big booty Judy.
Ain't never wrong what they call it, some hot water cornbread.
Oh my goodness. I love it. Wow. That's good, Jessica.
This episode is sponsored by City Stickers. The City Stickers team added an urban flavor to bring optic opulence to your literary plans, goals, and experiences with a splash of color. Hashtag wink wink. We created these stickers for those who actively live their best life every single day. We know that high performers are intentional about designing their day, their year, and their life to create the environment that brings them one step closer to their goals. But when you add a City Stickers product, those goals come to life, giving you the burst of energy you need to create an exhilarating experience on your journey to greatness. And just when we thought our goal was to give life to any planner, City Stickers have been spotted decorating cell phones, iPads, laptops, school binders, headphones. They're everywhere. City Stickers are fun for the whole family. Visit www.yourcitystickers.com to order yours today and enjoy your journey.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. When I thought about this, when I heard this, and it's like, oh my goodness, the whole comparison thing definitely can put you in, I think, I don't want to say, I'll just say a negative space. I think when you're comparing yourself to others, a lot of times it's not in a positive, right? You're looking at what they have, but it's so, superficial. It's like, you don't even really know. You're just judging somebody based on what? The hair? I have a joke. I say, you too can have this same look. But, people start judging, and comparing themselves to someone else, whether it's an outward appearance or how they look. But the saying, right? The grass always looks greener on the other side. But my mother, she told us earlier, but somebody has to mow that lawn. They got to get out there and pick the weeds. So the work that's required over there is the same work that you need to do, and just do the work. But I'm, believe it or not, I think having that knowledge of knowing who you are, we like to say in the church world, and whose you are, really helps you to embrace, that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and you have a special assignment. God has put you on this earth for such a time as this with your, assignment, and embrace it, because what is it? The saying, comparison is the death of joy, because it does really steal your joy when you just sit there. And I was reading this book about second chances, and it talks about, and this is interesting, the chapter deals with what, be careful, little eyes, what you see. And it talks about how you can gaze at something or you can glance at something. So you glance quickly, something, catches your attention or comes by you, you see it, but you don't gaze at it. You don't stare at it so long until the point now that you want that thing. You want to be like that thing. And you go in now and try to tweak yourself to be like that thing. So be careful how you stare or you gaze at something so long with the intent, like, wow, I wish that was me. I wish I was her, or I wish that was my relationship. And we've learned here, right, Jessica, over the last couple messy what's the fuss, that people can appear to be happy in a marriage, but you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. We talked about that, right? And so that whole comparison thing, let's just, I love that, Gail. I call it, is it self-comparison? Just compare yourself to yourself last year, yesterday. Yes. I love that. That is really taking it and putting a positive spin on it and using it, like you said.
Exactly. Because it can be a good thing. And I like the point you said that your mom made about the work that you have to put in to be this person, be how this person is. If you're comparing yourself to somebody, and us being in this microwave generation where we want the end product. We want to come in after the work is done. We don't want to put in the work.
Microwave.
Some people have.
That is so funny. I was talking to my cousin yesterday, right? And I didn't have any comparisons, but I was kind of really impressed. I think it was a male. He said, yeah, I cooked this. And Jessica, he's from the South. I cooked apples and he cooked, it was like this elaborate meal. And I was just so impressed. And I said, you cooked apples? I'm thinking like my grandmother would peel the apples. He said, oh, no, that was a can. I said, oh, okay. And then I said, and you cooked that? He said, oh, no, that was a can. I was laughing when he finished with that meal. I was like, okay, so you open cans?
And what if you would have went in the kitchen, peeling the apple?
Exactly. Let me go cook a meal.
And he done went the microwave around with a pan.
Exactly, but that's a very good point, because from the outside looking in, you're looking at this meal that he cooked. It's like, oh, look at this man. He cooked this whole meal for him, and then we're gonna add to it from scratch. He cooked.
So that's the key, Gail. We have a tendency to add our own little twist to it. You have no clue. So just, what is it? Again, that comparison really steals your joy. Just embrace who you are, with all, Jessica said, however you are, fear, but I say work with what you got, right? You can put stuff on. Look, you can paint stuff. You can pull it off, put it on, step in it, step out of it. Just have fun with yourself. And
it's so much easier said than done, though. We know, because there are things that we know we should do, but it's hard to do. And so I think, we just have to take baby steps and get there, just know that. And it's hard, especially with social media, TV, all this marketing, everything else. It's all about the perfect woman, the perfect relationship, the perfect car, the perfect house, the perfect job. And a lot of times we're reaching to achieve because we want to achieve. We want to have, social acceptance and social status and all those things. So I think to your point, Tam, you said something about church and knowing who you are and all of that. It's going to take some work and some going deeper than the surface and the superficial and all those things, like you said, and just kind of really connect with who you are and your gifts, your uniqueness, how you can be your best self.
Absolutely.
And one thing, part of the work though, and that's what we're doing. That's why She Elevates is here, right? Because we're helping you with those hard things, right? Yeah. And so again, I just believe, be careful what you watch or how long you gaze at something. You can glance at it, you can admire someone. Oh my gosh, Jessica's so pretty. I like her braids. Oh my God. Oh, and but then and you know what? See, I think that's another key. I was taught young, my mother was phenomenal. And it was like, don't withhold compliments, really. When you see someone or you see something, go compliment them, let them know, because when you hold that in, is that a little envy? Is it a little jealousy or whatever? Not to say that you, because you don't compliment, but you just want to make sure that you are not holding on to something that's going to really kind of bring you down and cause you to really start comparing.
And not only that person may actually need to hear it. They can be like the most beautiful person in the world and still feel self-conscious about something. And simply by you saying, you look so beautiful today, it turned their whole day around.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. This is part of the work, right? So we've given them a couple of tools, and to Gail's point, it's not always easy, but guess what? You can do it. So the comparison, we're just saying, elevators, take time and embrace who you are. Look at us. We're all unique, and we are just, hey, you know what? It is what it is. And we're loving it.
I see a lot within like finances as well. And of course, you guys know we're in tax season right now. So it never amazes me how around this time you see so many people go get something because so-and-so had something. You don't know what so-and-so did to get what they got. So you gotta stop. People gotta stop doing that. And even when I do people books, my first appointment, I'll be like, okay, I need your last 3 months bank statements. And I go through and I see where all of their funds are going. Do you need this? Do you need that? You really can't even afford this car note, but you got this car note and you got this car. And I just have like conversations with them just to see where their mind is. And half of them just get stuck because their friends or close relative got something and they want to keep up with the Joneses. Like, you can't do that. Or in a minute, you're gonna lose that. Then you expose that you've compared yourself to something else. Stay in your lane. Stay right there in your lane. It's appreciated. And then when it's time for you to have these things, gotta give them to you.
Beautiful.
Exactly. Beautiful. If you need them at all. That reminds me of a movie that I saw, Deliver Us from Eva. Have y'all seen that movie?
Yes. That's what.
Yes.
And wasn't that Gabrielle? Is that
Gabrielle Union? Yeah. So it was this one scene where they were on their date and they were in the truck. I think this was at a point where they were arguing. And it's interesting how society dictates what you do, because Gabrielle said she was mad at him, and she said she was trying to make the point that she makes more money than him, so she's better than him. She said that, she makes this much money, and in the eyes of the IRS and of society, that makes me better than you. So people do things, to your point, Jessica, because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses, or they're trying to keep up with the lines that society has drawn to say, these are the elite, this is the A-list people, and all of this other stuff. So we're kind of missing out on living in the moment and enjoying who we are, because we're so busy trying to reach for what that other person has.
Because when it's your season, guess what? It's your season.
It's your season.
Yes.
And that's why we are aware. You gotta be aware. To whom much is given, much is required.
Much is required.
Oh. I love it. Look, this is my put a pin in it. I'm learning, y'all, because I want to be polite.
We all got excited.
But it really is, because then you start thinking about, well, what really, when we're talking about stuff and material things to make you happy. So I've arrived because I have a certain car, a certain house, or I'm in a certain relationship. And, I think we're kind of missing the mark there, that we're really not embracing who we are as human beings, right? And so, because, you can be in that 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, we can be in that mansion, but it just doesn't mean that you're going to be happy in either situation because of your surroundings, right? So it's what's in you, right, that's really going to come out to bring you, I think, the joy and the peace. Oh my God. Because I could just kind of make myself laugh. You can just kind of think about, again, I love the whole meditation in the morning, right? And gratitude journals, right? What are you grateful for? Try not to compare yourself to somebody else, but you may, Wow, I can stay on this for a long time, because I really would love for our elevators just to, at this year, we're at the beginning of the year, we're still in January, you got like almost, 11 months to go, is to really just be intentional about self-comparison, to Gail's point. And if you want to turn it into a positive, be motivated. You guys want to start a podcast? Look, you can say, if they can do it, I can too. Come on over here in the podcast world. Otherwise, don't compare yourself to be, to kind of beat yourself down and to feel bad about yourself. Come on, lift up your heads. Be happy. I don't want to quote the scripture. Yes. Absolutely. I love it. That's right. We're all about embracing life here. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Tammy. I can talk about this all day long, but the producer is not having it. So I think we're going to, what are we going to do now? Do we want to, Jessica, you had a clip.
Messy.
Get played a clip.
What's the fuss?
I don't know. But I did want to talk to you and see if you guys heard about, it was a Georgia pastor and his wife accused of false imprisonment after at least 8 people were found in their basement. Their attorney denies the claim and says no one held hostage. Girl, from the stuff that I was reading, like they had took over, I guess, like they were, what do they call the people if you're over somebody's check? Like they had made themselves
the executive or something. Executive power of attorney.
Yes, right. Over their checks. And these were people that were like awarded to the state and things. They had them, they saying they had them locked up in the basement. I don't know. But according to the wife, they stated that they were able to go and come as they please. But originally they said another lock was on the door. Now they've changed the lock where the person can come in and out. I don't know what's going on. But I mean, if it's to be true, that's some pure foolery right there. Y'all took these people check. Y'all and locked them up in the basement. What is going on in the world?
All in the name of the cloth.
Like, you know what? Gail was trying to say, no. I'm not even gonna say, because last week wasn't I mess about a pastor? I'm sorry, Tammy.
I'm gonna need us next week for the rest of the month. We ain't talking about the church. We ain't talking about no pastors.
Well, you know what? But you know what? I'm good, because now, look, let's pull the curtains. Let's look. Let's pull the covers back. Let's peel the onion. Let's say, okay, you know what?
Real.
Because we have all types of people in the world, right? I'm a proponent. You don't have to leave church because you find out something bad, because you don't leave your job, right?
However, the church is made up of people. Just like
human beings. Exactly. That's all we're saying, is these people are real, they're human, and they're flawed. That's really what it is. So, my God, thank God that that was, exposed, though. I just think it's really sad, but it happens.
Called out or something. I don't know. I think a fire or something started. And the people couldn't get out or something like that. It wasn't like a big fire or anything, but the noise brought attention to it. And that's when they found out the people were down there.
I wonder where did they attend church, the clients or whatever, the people were the wards of the state. Because look, I want to say this. Well, I guess it's virtual. If I don't show up at church,
were they the congregation?
No, I want to say, if you don't see me a couple Sundays, please come look for me, okay?
Come look for me.
I'm just saying, you want to make sure I'm not up in somebody's basement. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I digress. Oh my God.
I'm gonna need you to look at a different channel, Tammy. I don't know what you're looking at.
Look, they were in the basement.
Nobody about to put you in the basement, okay?
But I'm trying to say, did somebody come and say, where's brother Jojo? Where's Jojo?
I don't know, but if you're in the basement, just start singing. We're going to come find you.
Elevate her.
I heard her.
They're going to unlock the door and say, get out. Get out.
Sick of you.
Oh my goodness.
Whoopi Goldberg calls out Bill Maher over comments he made about COVID-19. And
wait, back up. What did you say? Did you say Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah.
We switching. I think we're on messy number 2.
So she's not deceased. I saw that on social media.
That was false.
That was false.
I knew it when I saw it.
Clearly, I didn't read it.
You just saw the headline or something.
If you listen to this,
that's called clickbait.
It's not killing you all. Okay.
Clickbait. You were supposed to click on it, and then it wasn't going to be anything about Whoopi. I was like,
really? Oh, see, I didn't even click on it. So I'm like, why are we not respecting her?
Yeah, I was like, God rest her soul. Rest in peace.
Dead.
Don't say nothing bad about that.
Don't get mad.
Yeah, you see, I was pouring out for Whoopi. That was my choice.
Oh my God. No, she is alive and well. She's still with us, Gail.
Oh my
God.
2022. Okay.
So carry on.
She calls out Bill Maher over comments he made about COVID-19. And basically, he just stated like, this world, they got us in this mode of panic, wearing masks and all of this foolish stuff. And there's nothing they can actually do about it. And so she made the comment, she stated that it was insensitive, saying that if he would have had family members or friends or something die from COVID, then maybe he wouldn't say that. And then she said COVID vaccine. So I think that was a mistake on her behalf. But yet and still, I can understand the sensitivity to it. But I totally agree with him. Like, the world has us in a panic over something, we really can't control. We talked about it, earlier, like we really can't do anything about it but use common sense and stay up in the house. I mean, we run around with all of these masks and stuff, but pretty sure plenty people had on their masks when little Omicron came around here. Everybody got sick. I'm like, what? Everybody still caught it. So
we had our ears exposed. We don't get it through the mouth and the nose. It was coming in through the ears.
I hear our eyes.
Oh my goodness. I was like, Okay, so Whoopi's like,
so she got on his back.
But you know what I think? Because Whoopi was sick, right? So I think it's her sense of, I thought I saw somewhere where she actually had COVID, So
it sounds like you must have lost some relatives also. If she said he was being insensitive. Yeah.
And I think that's where it depends on how you've been impacted. That will determine sometimes your position. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. So lastly, I have our president, Mr. Joe Biden. Y'all know I love me some Joe, because Joe go cut up, Joe go to sleep when he want to, and nobody messing with Joe.
What Uncle Joe doing?
Uncle Joe.
Messing with Joe. Producer, can you play that clip? Y'all gotta hear it. Y'all gotta hear it and see it. I hope she can cue it up.
I was gonna say, do we need a little intro? So where was he? Where was he at when this?
He was at a conference. Like, they were having a conference and Joe just cut up.
Oh, somebody hurt his feelings? They stepped on his toe? He didn't like what they said.
Something about inflation, and Joe.
No.
All right, let me try it again.
Okay. That's how we was.
What do you think President Biden places that? Do you think he places a political
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a.
You know what women don't be doing?
Oh, y'all.
Professional. Look,
how you really feel,
Mr. President.
Mr.
President.
Joe said, y'all not gonna bother him about speaking how he want to speak after Donald Trump was up in the office doing all the mess he done did. Joe said, y'all gonna let him ride.
Oh, Joseph.
Joe said, you stupid son of a.
Oh, wow.
Joe ain't no punk. He's just trying to let you
Period.
know. You ain't gonna just talk to him any kind of way.
Joe is so gangster.
Gangster.
That's a little.
That president gangster.
But it
Oh,
said that Joe said, but I'm telling you, he ain't no punk. That means he up in the White House. Y'all ain't about to just come pimp Joe. Y'all ain't gonna play with him like that, okay? But he did.
Joe, you went off script. Joe, you need to stick with the script. Can you imagine the PR team? They're like,
they woke him up from his nap, and he was discombobulated.
He probably was trying to get a nap in, and they woke him up. You know, you be a little cranky when you first wake up.
Yeah, he's like, what you say?
Right. You stupid.
Yeah, for this.
He did come back and apologize, though. I think Joe didn't know the mic was on.
Hot mic, Joe. Hot mic, Joe.
Your mic was hot, Joe.
Oh my goodness, Joe. You know what? Joe thought he was at home. He's so comfortable with it. He probably like,
so not
so
only
relaxed.
are there are people at church, there are people at work, and there are people in the White House.
So
you know,
again, you can't run from it.
We're gonna give everybody a break.
Give everybody a break.
Our country defense. This is why it's so much of foolery going on. Starting in the White House.
Look, it's in the church, it's in the White House, it's in the church house, it's in your house and my house.
On the podcast.
I'll just say you can't run from the stuff. We just got to deal with it, right? But look, don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself now.
And this is my last little bit, y'all. And I'm starting.
We got 4. Jessica, how many you got?
I came through today.
You did.
What's the foolery?
Come on, Nancy.
TDJ's daughter.
Yes. Cora.
Not Sarah, y'all. Sarah. But her and her husband announced that they're about to get a divorce or whatever. And I think she actually announced it and then doubled back and said, give her and her family some privacy.
You know, I had the same question. I'm like, okay, I got it. And I'll say it again. So I understand they're public figures.
Tell us why
Jessica?
I'm just saying, why did you?
So you make the announcement on social media because I guess inquiry minds want to know. Somebody wanted to know. Drama sales.
Sales.
You probably got a lot of likes on that one. Okay. And then you say, please give me space, respect me, and yeah.
Child, we knocking at your door. What's going on? Why y'all getting a divorce?
But you done told us because we wouldn't have known. Some of us would not have known.
Exactly. Right. I'm just saying. If you want us to know your business, don't put your business out there.
If you want us to respect your privacy,
then you double back and say, respect my privacy. Don't
maybe they're trying to get ahead of it. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're trying to get ahead of it because they know somebody's going to find out. So let me get ahead.
But I would think the people who need to respect your privacy have your personal number. They have your address. Do you need to go on Facebook to talk to those people? You know what I mean? So,
I think Jessica has a point.
To me.
Again, it started in the White House, and now it's sprinkling down all of the foolery.
That's like, look, I come and tell you guys all of what's going on in my world, and then I say, and I'm gonna need y'all to respect my privacy.
Tammy, don't tell me nothing else.
Look, I don't want to talk about
it. You don't respect your privacy.
You told the world. You ain't have a group chat with your friends. You told the world, and then
you told the world, and then said, "That's my." I'm just saying.
Group chat. That should have been a group chat.
I think we can just we can minimize that. You know, we can help her get some privacy.
Change your recording on your voicemail to say that.
I like Jessica, and if somebody put it out there on social media, if you choose to respond,
if you choose to, so that's this whole evolution of our interacting with social media is just beyond me because I really don't. I'm not putting, first of all, my personal business on social media because who am I talking to?
Wait a minute, Gail. You have to tell Jessica. Gail, see, Gail was up on social media. I was kind of played twit, I was just kind of dibbling with it. But we go out with Gail and she going live. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. That's so fun. So I'm assuming that she's friends with, all these people, right? She had
all
like
5,000 of those people.
She has like 1,000 followers. So I'm thinking,
5,000 friends.
Yeah. So I don't know. I did something and I was on somebody's page and it said they were friends with Gail. I was like, oh my God, Gail, did you know this person? And I was like, Gail, and she's like, who? I said, she's like, who?
My friend, she does me like that. She like, somebody sent me a friend request. You know this person? I was like, why would I know that person? Y'all friends? I said, girl, I don't know half of the people I'm friends with. This is social media. And see, that goes back to our topic, comparison. We don't know who these people are on social media.
We don't know them, Jessica. We don't have all the information. Tammy, remember, even at work, I would see people in the cafeteria and they would be like, I saw Tammy, you're Tammy somewhere. And I'm thinking to myself, who are you? Like, you don't even know who people are, but they see you.
Y'all don't want me to get the ugly laugh here because I'm really about to scream. Jessica, I'm telling you, that was happening. And I was like, I was at the cafeteria and the cashier, we're always speaking, right? She said, so y'all went, and she started talking to me about what we did over the weekend. And I was like, how you know that? I was feeling a little violated. And she was like, I saw it on Gail's page. I was like, oh. So yeah, that was Gail has helped me understand social media a lot, but yeah.
And so yeah, I do. I'll go live when I'm doing stuff that's fun.
Yeah.
This is my social media me, right? But I'm not going to say, we are having issues with my son in school and just home stuff. It's like
it was always fun stuff. This fun stuff.
Y'all ever seen like the memes where my social media me and then my at home me? So
yes,
slammed up at home. I'm looking like, why?
We got the bonnet on. But you know what? Before we leave here, Jessica, did you want to hear about Regina King's son? So we just want to send prayers, for her and the loss of her only son.
Absolutely.
Yeah. My heart just went out to
He's like 26.
Yes, that's tough.
So
that's tough.
Definitely. Our hearts definitely go out to her and her family.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll wrap it up on that note. And so comparison is, to Tammy's point, she said it a few times, is the thief of joy. And I have some execution steps that leave the elevators with to stop comparing yourself to others, because we want to leave it on a positive note. One is be aware, because most of the times we aren't even aware that we're comparing ourselves to other people because it's such a common practice and we do it without thinking. And the only way to stop doing it is to be aware that we are doing it. The second thing is to practice gratitude. And Jessica talked about this. Usually when we're comparing ourselves to others, we're focusing on what we don't have. And Tammy, I think you talked about the journal. Many times we forget how privileged we really are. Everyone struggles, but everyone has great things that happen to them as well. So think about those things. And the third is love your imperfections. Imperfectly perfect. So if everybody was perfect, and Jessica always says this, we would be totally bored if everybody was alike and everybody was perfect. It's our imperfections that make life worth living. And though we often see our failures, they can actually be our greatest strength. So it's all a matter of perspective and the way you look at it. And so the quote that I'm going to leave you with is, the reason we struggle with insecurity is because we compare our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. And that's from Stephen Furtick. So what we look at is that their highlight reel. And we're looking at our
behind the scenes, right?
Picture,
That's like apples and oranges, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't do it.
That was good.
That was good, Gail.
So that's it. Yeah. Well, okay, guys. Gosh, time goes by so fast.
When you're having fun.
We got another podcast in the bag.
Elevate her. elevator.
Give me a man.
We're gonna never forget that. That's our original.
That was the original. That's why our day ones, only our day ones can relate.
Day one. Y'all go back and watch season 1 too.
Go back and watch season 1. Absolutely. Season 1, episode 1. It was a hot mess, but watch it anyway.
But we was having fun. That's all that mattered. That's what. We ain't comparing ourselves to nobody.
Nobody, because we are original.
We are
That's right.
I thought about that song. Don't you let nobody turn you around. You know, remember
turn you around.
That's really, don't compare yourself, right? Don't let nobody turn you around. Stay focused.
I don't know that song, so I can be like,
it's so old, Jessica.
Old.
I can be like the dancer. This been fun. We love you guys.
Yes. This has been great.
We made it. See you next week.
Bye.
I gotta catch it.